Increasonomics with your host, Mr. Gray. I just want to thank you once again for tuning in. Before we get too far into what we're going to talk about today, as usual, I just want to say, Nike, it's been 115 days since you have blessed me with a W. Just throwing it out there. Love you guys. Just anytime you want to think about the kid, just, throw me a W. Just basketball style, since that's what you guys are pretty good at. Just hook me up. Anyway, moving along. Don't want to throw too much salt in the wound there. In 1999, one of the most notorious dunks released for one of the biggest rap groups, literally and figuratively, the Nike Dunk Wu-Tang. Now, at that time, in the 90s, Wu-Tang was huge. I know a lot of you guys probably listening weren't, or either just being born or were not born. Says how old I am. Wow, it's embarrassing. But anyway, regardless of that, they were very big at that time. I mean, I still listen to their music. Their music is great. But either way, this dunk dropped, and it was literally the hardest dunk, or it wasn't a dunk anybody was going to get. It released directly to family and friends. And it was, of course, very limited. So when we say family and friends, we don't mean like there was 100 or 200 pairs. There were 36 pairs, which some have estimated to run at basically, well, like I said, 36 pairs, which supposedly represents the group's 36 chambers that they talked about in their raps. So with that said, it was pretty much impossible for anybody but the members of the group probably to have it. And I don't believe, from what I see, it doesn't appear probably many of them have sold them. If you look really hard out on the internet, you may see a one or two for sale or so. On the apps that I've looked at, I haven't seen a single one that has sold. I think there's one though for sale for $16,000, and I've heard there's one on eBay. But either way, it doesn't matter. I can't afford it. But that was a group that was very near and dear to my heart. They helped me learn all about the streets. Anyway, moving along. This is too much. So, fast forward last year, we get the Dunk High Varsity Maze in black. Shoe got no love. It got no love. I mean, I don't care about resale. But I do care about the hype for the shoe, and the hype for the shoe is just practically non-existent. It does resell for about $200, $215. Totally fine with me. But I guess I felt like nostalgia and old heads were gonna jump on this shoe like white on rice, I guess. I don't know. Either way, it didn't happen. I got the shoe. I'm absolutely happy about it. But maybe I wanted other people to be excited about it too. So anyway, before I pull out the shoe, I do want to just make note to three key differences between the Wu-Tang Dunk that released in the 1990s and the Dunk High Varsity Maze that released last year. So one of the two easiest things to see, of course, is on the one that released for Wu-Tang. They have the Wu-Tang symbol on the side, on the back, well, not the back, but the kind of the side heel of the shoe, and then you also have the Wu-Tang symbol on the tongue of the shoe. The one, if you're not paying attention really well, the one small feature that you may miss, that also differentiates the old Wu-Tang Dunk from the Varsity Maze Dunk, is around the tongue you have a yellow. On the Wu-Tang Dunk, you have a yellow trim going around the tongue. And that, for the most part, to the eyes, is the main thing that you can see is the difference between these two versions of the same shoe. We'll go into... it's so beautiful, I'm sorry. The disrespect, though, is completely unappreciated. You guys should have loved this shoe. So anyway... this is practically what the Wu-Tang Dunk looks like. This, other than the fact that there's it's a glue stain right here. Other than the fact that there's a Wu-Tang symbol here on the Wu-Tang Dunk and a Wu-Tang symbol here instead of Nike. And as I've already said, around the the trim here on the trim of this is just a black trim on a black tongue, but on the Wu-Tang Dunk you actually have the yellow. So it's a great shoe, guys. I personally feel if for all of y'all that like the not for resales with yellow and black and I guess some is it white or off white in it, and y'all been everybody for years has been waiting for a Jordan 1 high yellow toe to release. I mean, and the fact that this was a Wu-Tang Dunk, not this, but this is practically the exact same shoe. There are so many reasons I guess I felt that should have come together. They should have met in this map of love and said, this is the shoe. But for you guys, it wasn't. Now, I guess if it would have been a collab, if it would have been, I don't know, the Nike Dunk Future or the Nike Dunk, I don't even know who to name. I saw it, let you know I'm getting old. Some rapper that everybody loves right now. I don't know who everybody loves. There's so many rappers out there. But I guess if it would have released now and been attached to a group, maybe it would have been a little bit more hype. Either way, I guess this was, of course, not as limited, but you know, Dunks aren't releasing superbly accessible anyway. So I'm sure stock on this was low, but nowhere near as low as 36 pairs for the Wu-Tang group. Either way, I am not going to stick the knife in anymore of how unhappy I am that this didn't get the hype it deserved. Either way, when I wear it out, it will get all the hype it deserved. And just for you guys who decided to miss out purposely, I'm just going to show you one time how sexy the shoe is. You're missing out, guys. I say go back and buy them. It's not that far from retail. I'm always touting all these really, really expensive ones after resale. This will probably be the cheapest one. Okay, no. Okay, this year. Okay, wait. Okay, it's not the cheapest one I've reviewed, but it's pretty close. I mean, it's not going for more than 100. It's not going for really more than 100 over retail. And most of the ones I'm showing you guys are hundreds over retail. Sometimes more than that. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Have a happy Wu-Tang Day. Mr. Gray out.